Hello everyone and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope and Thomas seize the day, family boycotts espousal. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that despite everyone's expostulations to Hope Logan's and Thomas Forrester's love, Eric Forrester has given them his blessing. Thomas and Hope are controversial for numerous reasons, but Eric's stamp of blessing means a lot. Will Thomas and Hope take the coming step because of Eric? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Eric Forrester is the voice of wisdom. Hope and Thomas have a long and complicated history. Still, Eric has been around throughout it all and doesn't find anything wrong with their decision to them not to waste time because it's a precious commodity that you don't know how important you have. Can Thomas and Hope rally the support of others? Several people have raised their negative opinions on the subject. Honestly, Ridge Forrester is the only other bone who feels Hope and Thomas are grown-ups and can handle this. As Hope and Thomas grow closer, they may decide to try marriage again now that they're in love and no bone is being constrained into the relationship. MB spoilers. Eric Forrester's words were encouraging. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Eric's words were veritably encouraging to both Hope and Thomas. Encouraging enough that the two attended Eric's fete together. Will Eric's words inspire them to do further? After all, Eric doesn't see them as a libelous couple. Eric was indeed married to Hope's mama as a member of the family, and marrying Thomas would just make it more sanctioned. Could Brooke Logan come to see it that way too? After all, Thomas is her stepson, but he has changed extensively and Hope sees that. Will the family support these two or cover their union indeed more? Will Thomas Forrester pop the question? Now that Hope has admitted her passions for Thomas, will he ultimately pop the question? Thomas adores Hope and wants nothing further than to spend his life with her. Still, Hope isn't indeed disassociated from Liam Spencer yet. Is Hope ready to take this step with Thomas in the future? After all, Thomas is giving her everything she wants in the world. Several family members could decide to skip out on this marriage. Still, if Eric pulls through his illness, one can go that he'll be sitting in the frontal row cheering them on. Will Hope and Thomas tie the knot anyhow of their family's expostulation? Thomas meant to be just as Eric said. Be sure to catch up on everything passing with BYB White now. Thomas and Hope end their love. Say it isn't so. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that Hope Logan and Thomas Forrester are going to pull the draw on their relationship. Of course, it isn't Thomas's doing at each, as he has no way loved another woman in his life like he's loved Hope. But it looks like that love wasn't strong enough to keep her in his arms. That's because there are going to be two people who are going to intermediate and pull them piecemeal: Steffi Forrester and Liam Spencer. Then's what you need to know. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Thomas and Hope end their romance. Hope has made it clear that no man has ever treated her as well as Thomas Forrester. Indeed, though, he's done plenitude of questionable effects in the history. Unlike Liam, Thomas knows what his heart wants. He has no way tried to resolve it in two between Hope and another woman. That's what Hope loves the most about him. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that Steffi Forrester has a Liam Spencer dilemma. She's trying to pry him off her back. She also feels veritably uncomfortable that Liam keeps pushing their reunion on her. So what's a girl like Steffi supposed to do in her position? She's going to move Thomas that his relationship with Hope is doomed. Steffi is going to tell her family that there's no point in continuing with their relationship when all odds are against them anyway. And for formerly, Thomas might see that Steffi is right. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. What's next for Hope and Liam? The bold and the beautiful spoilers also say that Hope is going to feel the distance between her and Thomas, and she's going to seek comfort and perhaps indeed some answers from Liam. And before the two of them indeed know it, they will find themselves back in each other's arms. Now, how long that's going to last is anyone's conjecture, but for now, at least, Steffi won't have to worry about Liam visiting her at her sand house so frequently when he's got Hope back in his bed again. Watch this space. We'll have to tune in to find out what will be next. The bold and the beautiful charade, weekdays on the CBS network. Check your original rosters for times. Tell us, what do you suppose of this story? Drop us a line in our commentary section below with your studies. Also, watch this space for further juicy bee action to come. Also, don't forget to come back right then for all the rearmost news and gossip about all of your favorite British royals, Hollywood actors, and reality TV stars. We've got you covered. Babby's Scott Clifton and Matthew Atkinson talk about role reversal. The BAP stars talk about real life. Soaps are all about character evolution and change. That's something both Matthew Atkinson and Scott Clifton are experiencing now on The Bold and the Beautiful with their respective characters, Thomas and Liam. SoapHub recently caught up with the two actors after their recent appearance on The Talk to chat about new directions for their characters. Things aren't always as they appear. Case in point, Liam Spencer went back and forth between Hope and Steffi for years. Sometimes he simply couldn't or wouldn't make up his mind, frustrating both women he claimed to love. And let's not forget when he impregnated both women around the same time. Sure, he never meant to hurt either woman, but yeah, they'd get hurt. Even Clifton's mother weighed in on Liam rushing off to get drunk and bed Steffi after he thought Hope had been unfaithful to him. Thomas definitely blew it when he went over the top and lied to Hope about her daughter, Beth, not being alive. However, since then, he's worked hard to manage his emotions, focus on work, and stay out of trouble. By all appearances, he's no longer a bad guy. Liam, however, has been trying to interfere in the relationships that Steffi has with her husband Finn and Hope's with Thomas. Atkinson tells SoapHub that he's always felt that Thomas and Liam were the opposite of how they've portrayed them. It's almost as if the writers have made the characters what they always were, right? Thomas, at heart, has always been the good guy who just had a bunch of issues. As for Liam, Atkinson theorizes, Liam was kind of screwed up and needed to get his act together. Now, it's like he actually is screwed up and needs to get his act together. I used to give Matthew a hard time because I was so jealous of him getting to do the villain thing, Clifton says. Now, I get to do it. The actor is still discovering why Liam's behaving the way he is now. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did rejecting Liam cause him to become the guy he is now? Or did they reject him because he is this guy? Clifton is as curious as viewers are as to what Liam's next move will be and why he'll be making it. I don't know what they've got cooked up, he says. Finn rushes to Eric's hospital bed, says he thinks there is hope. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates tease John Finnegan, who's been studying Eric Forrester's files, rushes to his hospital bedside when what he's studied in Eric's files and about the symptoms he's had that there is hope they can save him. Don't give up at the point Finn gets there. Eric is in a room on life support, and Bridget Forrester is also there. Eric had lost consciousness. Ridge Forrester had allowed life support, having his medical power of attorney, and Eric didn't have a do not resuscitate order on file. Eric had collapsed at the gala and told Donna Logan it was his time and he had peace about it, not knowing everyone there knew he was dying. However, he had suspected it prior to his collapse, and that was his real reason for the party. It was really a going-away party of sorts. Finn first talks to Bridget and lets her see his findings, but Ridge isn't sure he understands their doctor, and Donna is the only other in the room in the ICU. Deal Nietzsche spoilers, a chance of misdiagnosis. Even though Eric had gone through tests and other doctors had looked at his files, besides Dr. Colin Colby, including oncologists, Finn wanted to be sure nothing was coming about his symptoms all along, and many diseases can have the same symptoms, some rare that doctors don't think to check for. There had also been so many different issues in Eric's body, a single diagnosis didn't cover it: hand tremors and cramps, transient ischemic attacks, and coughing up blood. They'd finally come to a conclusion after he started coughing up blood that it was some kind of cancer, but no biopsies or imaging done. Finn and Bridget are both wanting those tests to be done now before it really is too late, and begs Ridge to allow them as are necessary. The Bold and the Beautiful Bridget and Finn both concur, even though Eric is on oxygen and life support, an MRI can be done. The oxygen tubes will reach. Even though an MRI or PET scan in a CT tube is better, they can start with an ultrasound at bedside, contrast being fed through IV. There is a possibility there could be something not terminal misdiagnosed as terminal, and they want to make sure before giving up on Eric. Ridge doesn't want to prolong Eric's suffering, but he concedes if there's a chance, he deserves it. Finn explains, and Bridget agrees, and they try to explain to the family what Finn has found, and they get started on finding out. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with BHA right now.